SpaceX IPO, biggest IPO in history. Just going to check and make sure people can hear me over here on X. Okay, yeah. Interesting day today. Interesting day. Sure. People can hear me over here on yeah, it looks like they can. Let me throw a little GM in the okay, yeah. Interesting. Get things started here. So market just opened, well, about 6 minutes ago. See if it's a little slow. Are we okay here? Okay. So I don't think it starts trading yet. However, looking to come out at $135 over here on BitUnex. Some of the perps exchanges you can already trade them on. Right here, you see what we've got. This is it trading over on BitUnex, tokenized version or whatever, or just the futures of it. But anyway, it got up to 183.47. You see, just a few minutes ago, it dropped to 165. Currently trading at 168.47. So we'll watch that, though. I do not believe it's open yet in the markets. Market NASDAQ opened down 20.2%. Welcome everybody here to see what's going on. I do not believe that SpaceX IPO is trading yet. I believe it starts trading here at over right thereabouts. It could happen though, but right now I just showed you on the perps, the futures, like over on BitUnex and some other place, it's trading at 168. Let's call it 169. Now the overall the market's down a little bit. At least the Nasdaq's down 0.17, Dow 0.49, S&P at 0.12. Now I believe that's all because of some of the confusion coming out, some of the things being posted. Welcome everybody. Huge historic day. SpaceX IPO. Yeah, see, it's not open yet. They're saying in about 22 minutes is when it's supposed to open. But we'll see here. But right now it's coming out at 135. So in less than 20, but in about 22 minutes, if it comes out at least 135, our guy Elon will be the richest man to walk the face of the earth, first trillionaire in history. He already is the richest man. So it's crazy. Yeah, Coachmaster, good friend from X, coming to me from my YouTube live. Appreciate you. Yeah, happy SpaceX IPO day, man. It's big. Supposed to, like I said, I'm watching. It's not opened yet. They're saying here in about 21 minutes. But yeah, it's crazy day. Market not doing great. I think it's more the confusion around this Trump deal, which is crazy. Here's an interesting thing around this Trump deal. Look at this. Trump is up, the token up 22.8%. It just pumped middle of the night, early this morning. It pumped up. So people are saying, oh, it's after his announcing this deal with with Iran. But I think there's something. Someone knows something, or they're thinking something. I don't think it has to do with Iran. The Iran thing's actually hurting the market, if you ask me. But yeah, the Trump deal here. I'll show you an article. Trump pumping hard. Can someone tell me why? It's just interesting that, maybe there's something there. I don't think it has anything to do with this supposed peace deal. I honestly don't. But so to make it official, not trading yet. SpaceX not trading yet. And I don't even know if my thing's live, but overall, I'll show you over on BitUnex, which is a perps exchange. It's trading at 170, and it's traded as high as, at least on this exchange, 183. So yeah, interesting situation. That's what's going on. Like I said, otherwise the market's, I think, super confused over what's going on with Trump. Let's take a look at crypto here. Yeah, so Bitcoin, 63,328. It's up almost 1% from the low from yesterday, 24 hours ago. It pumped really good on the news of the Trump and the peace deal, supposed peace deal. But I think the markets are taking it a little skeptically, but officially up 0.1%. Ethereum 1663, it's up 1.1%. XRP doing a little better at up to $13.3. It's up 1.9%. And Solana doing even better at 66.88, up 2.6%. So that's what we're dealing with. But like I say, probably isn't going to open for about 20 minutes. Probably isn't going to open for about 20 minutes. And like I said, I don't even know if this is a complete live feed, but I can tell you on the Perps Exchange, it's opened up. It's about 30, what the 165. Yeah, opened up about $35 above. It is anticipated that it's going to open above $2 trillion. They're going to close above $2 trillion. So we'll talk about it. Look, Peter Thiel, a big time early investor, he invested $600 million. And he owns about 3%. It's going to be worth $50 billion if it opens at 135, which we think it's going to open much higher. But be careful if you're playing it. Like I say, people have already been playing it on some of the Perps Exchange, some of the tokenized versions. But it'll be interesting to see what happens. But appreciate everyone listening live. It is a big day, historic day. Be careful, though. I'll show you a slide here from our guy, Quentin, 048.eth over there on X, but anyway, he's got a tweet that shows that these typically get a lot of hype. It's supposed to be 4 times oversubscribed, though the dust will settle. I do expect it to pump. Let me know in the comments what you think it's going to go to. Hey, Mr. Heine, out there fishing, I see. On the IPO day. I think they always say there in the Heine community, which is a project, a token project and NFTs, all about education. Thank Heine. It's Friday. Hey, Steph. I see your is their official tech TA guy over there, and he'll probably join me on my GM Bitcoin show at the top of the hour to talk about it. But yeah, he's got his SpaceX long. I assume you're doing it over on BitUnex. I've been looking at it over there. Yeah, 169.79. So that's what's trading. It all hell can break loose. This can totally change when retail has at it, though. Some people think it'll hit $300. We'll see, but be careful. Yeah, Heine on the boat, man, out there fishing. Still joining us. So I guess you got a signal or you got a Starlink out there. But yeah, good stuff. Appreciate everyone. Historic day. I mean, think about this. Got Peter Thiel already going to make $50 billion. They're saying 4,000 millionaires are going to be made. Probably everyone that's worked at SpaceX for a year or two or more is going to be a millionaire, whether you're waiting tables or sweeping up outside or whatever, So shout out to them. Pretty excited. One of my very best friends, son's a big wig there, and his wife works there too. So they live right there on Starbase, so they're going to like that. But yeah, so it's projected to close above $2 trillion. I believe that the $135 is. I believe that's at the $100.35 where it's coming out at. So be interested to see. I don't know if we'll be able to see it here or not. We'll keep watching it. We'll keep an eye on the BitUnex. But be careful if you're playing this because these things can be volatile. And here we got Quentin 048, Quentin Francis from X saying, oh, hey, yeah, Steph, thank Heine. It's Friday, man. Thank TGIF. We always used to say in the Heine community, say, thank Heine. It's Friday. Appreciate you guys all joining me over there on YouTube, helping things get going. But here, look, biggest tech IPOs, all crushed holders in year one. Facebook down 0.54. Snap down 0.56. Uber down 0.68. Pinterest up down 0.7, 70%. Rivian minus 88%. Robinhood 90%. The median drawdown is 54. The average 55. And then most of them came back, happened on Coinbase too, if you look at it. But anyway, I took part in Facebook. I took part in a few of these. But people are already playing the game over here on the perps exchanges. This is BitUnex, the one I use, non KYC perps exchange, one of the bigger ones in that category. That's where I trade my grid bots and everything. I've got, I've actually got my referral link on my X profile on my description there, my bio. Check it out. If you're not in there, you could get in there. You don't have to KYC. You can put crypto in there, and Steph's been playing it. I believe I was actually yesterday, or no, it was this morning. I heard you talking about it, but yeah. So people have been playing this. A lot of the perps exchange are offering this. Also, some of them are doing tokenized shares. Yeah, 171.15. Be interesting to see where that goes. Let's take another look at Bitcoin. This is interesting. The market's kind of weak today, kind of weird today, but I think it's just so much confusion over this Trump and what he said. He had everyone around in the Oval Office. Hey, we cut a deal. And then, though everyone's skeptical of it, I get it. But now Iran's coming out with other stuff. First they denied it. Now there's stuff coming out. But what the news that's coming out, it's not looking like a good deal, to be honest with you. I think that's why the market's pulled back a little. I think that's why Bitcoin's just kind of, if you look at it, it's looking okay on the daily. You look at it on the hourly, it's actually down a little bit. And I really believe that's because of the confusion coming out here on this deal. It's not looking like a good deal at all. So we'll keep an eye. We'll keep checking back, see what happens. I don't think it's sorry. That's some meme coins there. Let's refresh it. Yeah, still showing 135. The ticker, by the way, is SPCX. Supposed to open up here in about 12 minutes. So we'll see there. But yeah, I don't think it's trading yet. But we're, like I say, we've got about plus $35 on the perps exchanges, and that has it at over 200 trillion, over a $2 trillion valuation. There's only, just so you know, there's only about 6% out there. There's only about 6% out in the float, so pretty well controlled, as most IPOs are. So this is the kind of thing I'm talking about, right? Iran said it will not surrender the control of the Straits of Hormuz in any deal with the U.S. Like, why even cut a deal? Now, the interesting thing is oil's way down. 2-month low down to $83, dropped 11% on this news. And so what I've been saying for a while now is really don't believe anything Trump says. Don't believe anything you're reading. It's just all lies. It really is just all lies and 4D chess and propaganda and the wars being fought here on social media. So the things that I saw, they say they're getting paid. They're going to get paid. They're going to basically just negotiate the nuclear stuff for 2 months. They're going to get half of, the billions of dollars up front. They're not going to reopen the strait. They're going to keep control, which none of that makes any sense, right? Especially all I can look at is I think the markets are kind of skeptical. They're kind of sitting there wait and see type situation of what's really in the deal. But Trump said it literally, JD Vance and some of his guys, they could sign it this week. Now, most of us don't believe this anyway, because we hear this all the time, but a lot of the other countries are coming out like in support of it. But man, I hope it's not the deal that I saw, because that's not going to be bullish for the market. And I don't believe it, because why would oil be down 11% if they're going to maintain? Because they said they're keeping control. Nothing's changed. It's not going to go back the way it is before. I don't believe that at all either. So all just lies on the timeline. But that's what's spooking the market, in my opinion. That's why Bitcoin. But that could all change here in a few minutes. Looks like we're still in that 169, 170 range on the perps exchanges. Doesn't tell us everything, but it gives us a little bit of a preview. I'm personally sitting on the sideline. I was tempted when I heard Steph talking. I was tempted to open a long or something just because. But fear and greed at 12, that makes sense. That's not too off. Circle minted $1 billion on Solana. Now I wonder, in the last 24 hours, I wonder if some of this is to get on here and play like what Steph's doing, what I'm showing you. Now it's going up a little. Are people doing it so they can play these perps? You can. I mean, it's just it's just like you're playing. I mean, the returns and everything, it's not as liquid. It's not going to have the same effect as the U.S. market when it actually opens, because then you could have literally, you can have trillions of dollars pouring in there, right? Playing with that. But, well, at least, hundreds of billions. So, yeah, but this is a way to play. And I wonder if some of that money is people putting it over here to play it. But, yeah. So, USDC has printed 57 billion on Solana. I think that's bullish for Solana. There's obviously a lot more stable coin over on Ethereum. Shout out to Ethereum, but man, there's a lot getting printed. Just $1 billion just today over there. So we're here waiting for the IPO to open up. It's supposed to open up top of the hour, which I will be transitioning over to the GM Bitcoin morning show, which we'll talk about there, and we'll follow it live over there if it hasn't opened. But on here we go on the perps. Let's jump back over here. On the perps, it seems to be pumping a little bit. Let's see if we can see anything that it's opened on the U.S. market. It's not a guarantee. They said 10 a.m., which is now 8 minutes away. I don't know if that's true or not. Let's refresh it and see. But there seems to be a big pump on the perps exchange of trading it. I think it goes higher, though. I'd be skeptical. I would only be playing it for the short term. Me, as a long-term investor, I'll be buying it when the dust settles. I do think it's going to do great long-term. I just know it's a little bit overhyped. Yeah, it doesn't show that it's trading yet. Of course, like I said, I don't know if I even 100% have a live feed there. I may still have a few minute delay. But they said 10 a.m., which is in 7 minutes. So we're playing it. It's doing good now at about 172 on the exchange. It is, for those just joining us, by the way, thank you, everyone joining us live. Steph says higher. It pumped up there a little bit, but I'm just pulling it up to see if it shows it. No, it doesn't show it open yet, but I may not have a live feed, but I do not believe it opens for another 7 minutes. But here we are. This is live trading, on the Perps exchange. Let me refresh that. This is on BitUnex. My referral link is in my bio. I use it all the time. I don't really do much leverage, but I do my grid bots and stuff like that. I have been trading some oil over here. 175.33. So that's looking pretty good. Yeah. When we came in, it was 170. Let it refresh here a second. But so at least on the Perps exchange, it's going higher, Steph. I know Steph has a crazy long on there. Hoping to make a little money today. Probably will. I was tempted myself, but too busy getting ready for the show. We'll let that pull up. I got maybe have too many windows here, but the M2 one slide I had when I jumped over there, M2 money supply all-time high, which is important because ultimately Bitcoin seems to track the M2 money supply. So, it's at a all-time high. Sorry, a little farther back than I thought it would. It's definitely at an all-time high of 22.8 trillion. Ultimately, it's a little off right now. The peg is the correlation's a little off, but I do believe Bitcoin tends to follow in most markets. Pretty good correlation with the M2 money supply. So long as the money keeps printing, Bitcoin will keep pumping long-term, no matter what it's doing short-term. Yep, there it is. 10 a.m. is when it's supposed to start trading. That's 5 minutes away. We'll look at the news real quick, and then we'll jump over there. Appreciate everyone joining me here live. Standard & Charter said the bottom's in for Bitcoin. They're predicting 150,000 this year. I don't know. Most people don't. The consensus is that it's not in, but doesn't mean that it's not. When everyone starts buying that it's going to go down to sub 50,000, sometimes it doesn't. Just FYI. Though wouldn't be surprised to see that 53, 55. Lot of liquidity to be grabbed there, and also that's the realized price, which we tend to hit. The average price everyone in is paid. Now, Steph, I've been hearing you talk about this. Japan's said to raise their rates 1% next week. Typically, we get about a 20 to 30% drop, and I don't know if that carry trade's kind of reversed itself a little bit, but be aware of that we could have a little bit of a of a dump there when that happens. But the carry trade people did for a long time has kind of been winding down a little, but still we could have an impact. 4 billion moved on USDC to Coinbase hype on the hype EVM. I think that's because they're going to be the primary supplier of that now. But let me get these other windows. That's the biggest transaction ever done in stable coins. Some of my things are redoing. Let's see if see how we're looking here in the thing. I'm only gonna be able to stay about another 4 or 5 minutes because I've got the GM Bitcoin show, which you're welcome to join me on X over there at Crypto Bull Ron. We'll follow it live. I think about that time that starts in the intro music. I may have a short intro music. We'll see. But yeah, we're 174.30. That's on BitUnex. Like I say, link in my description on X. That's a non-KYC perps exchange. I trade oil over there. I mainly trade my grid bots without leverage, which I'm going to make some content, show you how you guys do. I make about 1% a week on my Solana trade over there without taking any leverage, without, no liquidation. But I also trade oil. I've been trading oil over there. And now you can trade SPX there. Looking like it's 174.09. Though my computer seems to be overloading a little here. But let's look at it on Yahoo, see if it's anything happened. Apologize for this. Might have had too many windows. We're overloading on the I think it's going to get crazy. It's really going to be crazy. And like I said, I'll jump over and watch it. I may cut my intro music a little short on my X space when I need to. Just trying to see if it's open here. Yahoo's. I'm sure everyone's watching, overloading websites, overloading things. Could you get some of that allocation, 135, or if you were pre-allocated, you made a lot of money. Anyone who got in early, Peter Thiel invested 600 million at 135. It's worth 50 plus billion. So good day for Peter Thiel. Yeah, it does not, like I say, there could be a delay here. I do not think it's trading. See the NASDAQ down 0.46, Dow at positive 0.15, S&P. So the market is looking bad. I think it's a combination of waiting to see. This could all change here in a matter of minutes when this launches, obviously. Our only kind of solid indicator, of course, here on BitUnex, a perps exchange, non-KYC perps exchange. They're one of the better in that category, kind of like Blowfin. I used to use Blowfin, moved over to BitUnex about 6 months ago. And like I say, lets you trade a few things, oil, and now SpaceX. So 174, waiting for everything to open. It'll take even everything on my computer is kind of refreshing here. I'm just going to leave it here. Look, join me over on. I appreciate everyone here. I wish it had started trading, so could have told you exactly. My take is the market's not doing great because this Iran thing's really confusing. Trump saying one thing. Of course, that's nothing new to us, but oil is down. That's an indicator. And then obviously Iran coming out with lies. Trump may be coming out with lies. Who knows? We don't really know. I think that's the market, but a lot could change. If there's more clarity there later today or over the weekend, and obviously the SpaceX launching real time any minute now. So thanks for joining me live. I'm sorry I couldn't stay on here live. Got to jump over the GM Bitcoin Morning Show. That's space on X at Crypto Bull Ron. Join me over there. If things go crazy, I'll cut my intro music short. But have a great day, everyone. We'll see you over there, and we'll see how this plays out. It's going to be an interesting Friday for sure. Yeah, join me over on that show. We'll have some real-time commentary over there. We'll see where we're at. Steph, I know I'll see you over there, and we'll see what happens. See if I can even end this stream because my computer is a little glitchy at this point.